Welcome to Spotlight New England. I'm one of your hosts, Audrey McClelland.
And I'm Ashley Erling. And lots of fun stuff going on around these parts these days.
Tons of stuff.
We have had a blast, the two of us, doing all these different things. But yesterday I went to Garden City Center. I know you did too.
Yes.
And we talk about
But you went at the best time.
Well, I did go at the best time. We talk about Garden City a lot because it really is such a great place to do any like holiday shopping you have or anything like that. But they're really amping it up for the season. So I went yesterday when they actually were doing their tree lighting.
Right.
Which was so cool. I hadn't been to their tree lighting before.
I haven't either.
Okay. But I mean, I've been there in the holidays, so you know, like
it's gorgeous.
The tree looks
so
great. The decorations look great. But they did this whole thing where they brought Santa in.
Yeah.
And there was like kind of like a mini parade, and he came in with like a marching band and some of the puppets from the ballet, the Nutcracker.
Oh, I did see Kathleen share there too. Yes.
So they were there, and then they brought Santa in, but they have this whole village set up that's presented by citizens, and this card village that they have here. So there's a whole little like town made out of credit cards.
Right.
And you can actually go and guess the amount of cards, and potentially, if you are correct, you could win a gift card.
How many do you think are in there?
So I have to like really go back because I was kind of just like taking it in and enjoying it.
Yeah.
So I didn't really like count, but like there are multiple hundreds. I think. What did you think?
So Victoria and I were trying to like.
You went earlier in the day.
We went earlier in the day. We went around like 1 o'clock, and it wasn't like they were setting up for the festivities to happen that night. Now my daughter was, she's trying to be like strategic. So like Ashley said, it is a whole village.
Yeah.
And the different houses are different sizes.
It looks really, really cool. You kind of really have to go in person to see it.
You really do,
because there's a lot,
it.
and like the video like doesn't really do it justice. It's very intricate. It even has like a Garden City like
it's unbelievable
sign on it.
I'm thinking there's got to be. I was gonna say around 1,000.
Yeah, I think
might
so.
be. I don't know if I'm like too little.
I'm not sure, but like at first when we, Josh was with me and he was like, "There's probably like he didn't like go up close and look at it. He's like, what is it like? You think like 300 cards?" I was like, "Josh, please, no."
It's a village.
I was like, "There's way more than that." We got up close and looked, but it was funny because I was trying to take video of like the Santa. They had free hot chocolate yesterday with all the folks from Citizens were there with their free hot chocolate, and they had ornaments for people who were Citizens members, and it was just like a really nice. A ton of people were there.
Yeah,
but of course everyone was there with their kids and their families, and I was trying to get video for our show, so I was like a jerk and was like pushing little kids out of the way.
If you saw this woman there
to get video of
it was
Santa,
for the show.
I was like, I better act like some of these kids are with me here.
Like, who is this?
Because like I was just waiting for someone to yell at me and be like, "Why are you standing in front of the small children who are dying to see Santa Claus?"
Because you do hate those people. Where you're like, wait, listen.
Yes, I was horrible.
4 and 5,
and I had a giant purse, as I always do, that was getting in the way, and I'm like, I obviously didn't think about all of that.
You should always wear your WPRI gear.
But then also like you're like singling yourself out.
That's
and
true.
You kind of just want to like.
But it was Ashley there, obviously.
If I accidentally kicked your kid out of the way.
She didn't mean it.
I didn't mean it. I was just trying to get Santa to show you
how cool the village
no, but
is.
Isn't it so cool?
Garden City does an awesome job.
Yeah.
It's funny because even yesterday when we were leaving, I said to my daughter, I'm like, I wish we could come back tonight, but we had to get my husband at the airport.
Yeah.
But they do it right. Like I wish we had like a kind of a Garden City over on the East Bay too. Because obviously Garden City is always busy.
Because obviously it's Rhode Island. You can't drive 30 minutes.
Clearly, it's too far for me. No, I do love a Garden City. We were there yesterday for 3 hours.
Yeah. Did you shop?
We did. We shopped.
I did not shop yet. For that. I didn't go to Garden City yet.
Okay.
I have done some shopping, but Josh and I just went more to have like a fun evening.
Yeah,
and we weren't going to get like down
City.
and dirty. We popped into a couple stores briefly just to warm up because it was a chilly night.
Yeah.
But we stayed for dinner at the restaurants.
Perfect.
There. Avio.
She loves a good Avio trip. She loves Avio.
They have one of the best chicken Milanese dishes.
I love the chicken Milanese.
I love chicken Milanese in general, but theirs is specifically a very, very good one.
We got drinks there recently, and Ashley knew the bartender, and I figured, I'm like, at that point, that levels you up at you are a regular.
Yeah,
that's good. It's a great spot.
It's a nice spot. It's a good spot. So lots of fun stuff happening for the holiday season, but we're going to talk to somebody who knows a little something about the holidays, and he has a show that you can go to too to get into the holiday spirit. So we will talk all about that right after this quick break. It is a very exciting day here today on Spotlight New England because we have local singer, national singer, international singer, Billy Gilman joining us here today, but we claim him as ours.
Oh, hello, SNE family.
Rhode Island, our Rhode Island, success story, really. I mean, you have been at this for years and years.
Yeah.
Much success over the years in
crazy.
different ways. I know
Sure.
that you've done different things and seen different levels of success through different things you've done, but let's go back to the beginning.
Oh, Lord.
I do feel like, of course, like most people are familiar with your story, but just in case they're not.
Oh, there are plenty that aren't.
Remind us about how it all started for you, because it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, longer than like the commercial success.
Yeah.
You know, because it took time to. It just wasn't like someone just found me in a school choir and popped me
Popped you right
into
out.
Nashville. You know, we worked. I mean, it really started with my grandma. She just knew that I was doing things at 6 and 7 that the other grandkids were not doing with their voices, and just random. I mean, to my knowledge, there's no like singer in my
I
family.
was just gonna ask you that.
No musical history that I know of, unless someone's too shy to express it.
Yeah.
And now that I hold this cloud over the family, I don't know if they're really gonna go for it. But so yeah, she just saw it and knew of a vocal coach locally that had success in Las Vegas, and she had come back home to be home. Well, that ended quickly. And she called this vocal coach. Her name's Angela Bakari, who's been with me for now 30 years.
Yeah, you've been with her this whole time.
30 years.
Yeah.
Yep. And she expressed that she had a grandson that sings. Later, I found out that Angela was like, yeah, everyone has a grandson.
Everybody has that. Yeah.
And she said, no, you don't get it. And she says, well, I'm full now, because she had actually, the doctor had told her she had a car accident, and then she went to this, I love being on a podcast because you
Isn't
can just
it
talk
great?
and
I
talk and
know.
talk and not like,
Isn't it nice?
so regimented. She went to this one party, like a Pampered Chef party, and it was like not tarot cards, but like reading your eyes and your
Yeah.
health and all that. And, and
amazing.
right, and this woman said to her, "You should go get your head checked. Go." So whatever. So she had a massive tumor wrapped around her spinal cord, and was like 7 minutes away from being
Stop it.
completely wheelchair bound, like nuts. So there's this huge write up in the papers about it. Her success. She opened up for Rodney Dangerfield, Bill Cosby, all these people in Vegas. So she RCA recording artist. So everyone in the Rhode Island area knew of her, especially the older generation. Sorry, Ange. And so my grandmother knew of her and trusted that she would know enough to do something with me. So she says, "No, you have to make time for him." So we scooted on down to her little home studio, and that afternoon I went down and I sang. I forget what song I sang at the moment, but she had like 10 to 15 voice students and completely canceled them all and just took me.
Wow.
Stop it.
Yep. And then we started the journey, and once she knew I was confident enough, because coming from Little Richmond, Rhode Island, I would just get a CD from Strawberries or whatever,
Yes,
FYE,
yes.
CDs.
I know.
You just brought me right back.
Right.
It would be like, how exciting was it though to go to Strawberries and get a CD?
Hot
And
off-
open
hot
up,
off the
and I love the
press.
booklets and the pictures.
Yes.
I loved it.
You know, the words.
Hope the lyrics were in it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's right. Sometimes they weren't.
Yeah.
But I would just sing along to the person with it. Like I didn't know
Gotcha.
karaoke or background tracks. Just I didn't know. And so she, taught me all of that and how to sing alone and how to properly sing and hold your breath and all of that. And when she found out that I was confident enough, we started to find a little agent around Providence that booked me from anywhere from New Hampshire, your favorite, Ash.
Love it.
All the way to New York, like at festivals. So I would work on the weekends, try to do my schoolwork during the week, and just did that for a good 3.5 years, and randomly was doing a private party in Connecticut for like this wealthy man's kid's birthday, and Greg Piccolo from former Roomful of Blues was a part of that evening for the music, and he said, "I have a friend in Texas. Would you mind sending me a demo of a couple of songs?" And you just never know, and that got the attention of that gentleman, Ray Benson, who is legendary in like the Western swing, which is a bygone era. I love that kind of music. I grew up on that. He believed that I, had something, so he flew Angela and I down to Austin, Texas. I was 9 to record the demo, and then 11 months later, he asked, which I didn't know was a showcase, because at 10 I didn't even know it.
You didn't know.
I can't
10,
even
11.
imagine at
Please,
9 and 10 was
10?
going.
Can I just get on stage, put my cowboy boots on? Can I just
Right.
go?
You know, I'm thinking about my stepson is 10. I
Right,
cannot
can you imagine
this
this?
journey as a 10-year-old.
And it's so funny because it was not put. It was just. There was no other way. Like
Right.
there was no other way to be and exist in my opinion. It was just that was my goal.
That was your goal.
And don't know where it came from. Don't know where the inspiration. It's just weird. Like sometimes you go to college and you find out your passion. This one totally.
This got you early.
It got me early. It was in me before I even had a choice or a voice, I guess.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So yeah, he flew me to Nashville. I didn't know that it was a quote unquote showcase at that time, but I remember doing my couple of songs, and at the end of the show, all these people just swarmed Angela and I went, "What is going on?"
Wow.
Just
And
got goosebumps.
I know.
she gravitated towards this one gentleman because he brought his family with him, and she said, I like to see that dichotomy, of course, with a young kid. And mind you, now looking back at it as a 37-year-old human being that could have kids, I'm like, God bless you for trusting Angela
Yeah.
so
Right, I know.
with your
With your
firstborn.
child.
Yes.
And she just said because you were so driven and she knew the responsibility of having someone else's kid, every day in hotels and
Wow.
airports and things. And so that we signed with that gentleman for the management team, and then Sony got wind of it, and we were signed to Sony like 9 months after that.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
Honestly, amazing.
it's been really since 1997.
That's how
when it
long.
all started.
Oh
Were
my
you
God.
always interested in country music?
Yeah, until I met Angela.
Yeah.
That's all I grew up on. You
Yeah.
go to Jamie Shoe World when Jamie Shoe World
Yep.
was around,
Yes.
and you'd get the soccer black and white
Yes.
because that's what everyone was doing. So my family grew up on country, so that's
Yeah.
all I knew.
Yeah.
So naturally, that's what you're embedded with.
Mhm.
And when I met Angela, she came from the world of, Celine and
Yeah.
Tony Bennett and Frank
Yeah.
Sinatra and Streisand, and so I realized, oh, my voice can do that too. It's not just,
Yeah.
yodel hee hoo kind
Yeah.
of deal.
Yeah.
And that part of my brain always was, I had to compartmentalize because I knew I had a job to do with this look and this sound, which was it's organically me. That's what I write the
Right.
best. But I was seeing like going into the studio and doing a duet for my first Christmas record, which another prodigy at that time, Charlotte Church, the opera singer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she had like this 60-piece orchestra. I'm like, I want this.
Yeah. Right.
This is massive.
Right.
It's beautiful. So that stuck by me and really was part and parcel of a lot of my success when I was asked to be on The Voice.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a record label at that point. Didn't have any.
So let's
didn't,
talk about that experience
Yeah.
a little bit. So then, you've had success. You had success, without that. But then The Voice came along. Tell us how that happened and how that fit into your career.
Yeah.
Well, I was really, about going on. I was emphatic about it in a negative way.
Okay.
My voice. So at 15, 14, I was always a late bloomer in everything. My
Okay.
teeth, I didn't get my first set of teeth. I was like a year old. Like I was always late to
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
Kind of like my career. No, I'm kidding. So everything was like, it took time with my body. And so my voice changed a little later than most.
Oh, I see
Okay.
what you're saying.
And so we were on the road doing like 7 shows a week. We were doing 175 dates.
Mhm.
On 3 buses, 2 trucks. I mean, the whole 9
The whole
yards.
thing. Wow.
And one night I got off stage and I said, "It hurts."
Okay.
Never did I
Wasn't
ever
for
say
your
that.
voice anymore.
And I
where
said
it was at.
something's up. And so Angela said, "We're going to cancel the next week." She didn't
Yeah.
even give it a thought, like maybe
Wow.
you're tired or anything.
Right,
She said,
right,
"Nope."
right.
She goes, because she knew she could
She
already
knew.
hear it.
Yeah.
Oh.
As a voice coach, she's like,
Yeah.
"We got to go to Vanderbilt Clinic in Nashville." So
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dr. Stephen Brown, I'll never forget him. He put that camera down my throat and he said, "You're hitting the mark, kid."
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And I went into panic mode, not for me,
Right.
but I'm thinking, like 75 people are going
Yeah.
out of a job.
yeah.
Oh my God.
And so I literally had to stop, and it took a long time. Now, mind you, I still made records
Right.
during that
Yeah,
time,
you were
but
still
I would
singing.
literally sing for 8 minutes
Mm-hmm.
and stop for the rest of the day. 'Cause
Okay.
I would go. It would
Yeah.
just go.
It would just go.
Yeah.
But in my brain, I thought, no, it's like a muscle. Just keep going, keep hitting those high
Okay.
notes, and I almost damaged it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to go on 6 months of complete voice rest.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That was rough,
Yeah, I could
especially
never
because
do
I'm a
that.
talker.
I know.
I mean,
I'm like, you're like
survive.
me. Like,
Oh yeah.
Survive.
The dry erase companies went sky high in stock
be
because I'm like,
sponsored.
I'm telling
be
you.
the sponsor.
So it took a very long time, and I was about 19, 20 when I really not only got the confidence back, but I knew that I could rely on it again, like doing shows and rebuild it. I was doing,
So you kind of started at square one again a little bit.
Square one.
Yeah.
But still at 19, a young age.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
Like,
I'm
so
still
young
starting
still.
over. You know, you still evolve.
Yeah, you're still evolving.
Renaissance man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just it's crazy. But so when that era of my life happened, of course now I had been in Nashville back and forth for almost 10 years at that point. I said, I want to go down and I want to songwrite. I want to, at 21, 22, I want to go down and I want to stay with my piano player. I didn't have a condo or a house there at that point because I was still a minor.
Yeah.
And then 2021, I moved in with my piano player and his, at that time, fiance, now wife, rented a bedroom, and we just wrote songs, and I got to learn how to use Pro Tools and how to use the computer and how to, pick up a guitar and learn a couple chords to play if I don't have a songwriting session with someone else that plays, just all the stuff to make you not just this person that's being told what to do, how to stand, what to wear, how to feel, And so I stayed there for 3-4 years, made some great songs. I wrote, my gosh, probably 50, close to 60 songs with a girl by the name of Liz Rose.
Okay.
She wrote Teardrops on My Guitar, Picture to Burn, Love Story. Like she was Taylor's, right-hand woman. And I didn't realize this, but when we were first getting back together, I just reached out to her. I said, hey, Liz, this is Billy Gilman. I'm in town, living here for now, and I would love to get together. And maybe if we write a song and it works, we can formulate something. And it did. And we sat down the very first meeting, and she goes, you don't remember, do you? And I'm like, no, what? She goes, you were the very first artist that gave me my first top 5 record.
What?
And it was a song about her niece who had a rare form of a disease that didn't make it. I'm always about messages. That's just always about me to help someone, to change someone's mind.
That is you.
And the song is called Elizabeth, and it went to number 5 on the country charts, and that was her first success.
Oh my gosh.
So we just hit it off, and she's always been such an advocate for me and in my corner. But all in that time frame of 24, 25, 23-ish, the voice was calling Angela's office line. And was like, where's Billy? We always, love him. Would he want to come on and do this? And I automatically, nope, slam. Nope. If I didn't have to do this at 12, I'm not doing it at 26.
Absolutely.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing
that.
it. I'm not egotistical, but I just didn't know because my name has already been out there.
Have your name.
Yeah.
So you didn't think that you necessarily needed that platform.
Or what would it look like to someone else that was a librarian that wanted to be a singer or a waitress?
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not necessarily fair.
Right, like the teacher that no one knew could sing, all of a sudden,
and that's such a great storyline.
Yeah.
Like Secretariat, you didn't think, and then bam. I love that kind of story.
Yeah.
But that I had to come to the realization through a nice therapy sessions that was also my moment because I was never given a voice. I was always told what to do. And it's like starting a career over again. It wasn't like I had success a year before then and flopped and then just took an easy way out. It was 10 years after this whole big success. So I'm like, you know what? I guess it does make sense. I'm not that person anymore.
Right, yeah. Right.
And I have no record label. We're trying to pitch. No, they weren't really eating at it at that moment. They didn't know where I was going. They didn't know. So I said, you know what? The 5th call they did, I said, I'm going to dive in. I'm going to do it. And so I said, do I have to audition? They said, yes, you have to audition. So I'm like, oh, what if they don't turn? I mean,
right, because then now you're like, now I'm like,
right?
Oh,
and I don't even make it after all this.
Oh, but that hearing all those different musical genres really helped me in that sense, just to not fall into the line of, okay, I need to only be country music, but I just sing songs that will speak to people at that moment. Because if it's speaking to me in such a hard way, it'll read through to the people that vote. So
amazing.
And luckily it did.
Oh, so good. All right, we're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna come back with Billy. I feel like the show should be an hour, but we don't have an hour, so hold on. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. We are so excited to continue our conversation with singer Billy Gilman, who is with us today. And we were saying the show needs to be so much longer.
Right? Like an hour with Billy, more than that.
I'm giving the abridged version.
This is Cliff Notes. Maybe sometime we will do like longer format shows.
That'd be
kind
amazing.
Of dig
like
in
a
bit,
real dive in. Yeah.
Like a part 2. But you have a holiday show coming up here that people can go and see you at.
Yeah, December 13th at the East Greenwich Odeum. They literally have become like you guys, total family. Such great team. They work so hard. and it's just I love the sound of the room as well as the fact that they're amazing. And this was I don't even know now, the 6th year there, fifth year there. 12th annual already, like 12 years. Where does that 12? Where did that go? So yeah, and this one's fun. This year we've changed up some of the songs. We've changed up some of the way the show is going to run. There's a special guest that's going to come out. People know and love this gentleman around the holiday season.
Okay.
So yeah, he'll be making an appearance. We're doing a huge selfie station.
Oh, I love that.
In the lobby this year. So and the lighting, what we've done with the lighting this year is so cool. Like I finally, for whatever reason, this year they called me and said, "Are you available a few weeks prior? Because we want to sit down with you and let's like build it together." I'm like, "Well, let's go."
Say no more.
Because I come in with my crew, they come in with their crew, and I don't like to over ask or over assume like certain things, but I have my ideas. But you're lucky to get in the room and have the facility, and that's we'll make it work.
Yeah.
Right.
But to have them say, "What do you want?"
Yeah,
I'm like, oh
let's
my God.
take it up.
So we have huge
So
like 6-foot pillars wrapped in like candy canes.
Oh, Billy.
And it's gonna be, and the lighting, the entering, the opening scene, and the closing is really, really cool.
And I mean,
I'm
you've played
excited.
all over the world.
Yeah.
But to be home though
That's
in
so
Rhode
fun.
Island, like that has to be amazing. Right?
It's one of the few times I always get nervous before I sing, but it's just so fun that it overrides those insecurities.
Yeah.
And I just have fun. You know, it's so great. But it's a lot of singing though.
Speaking of being home in Rhode Island, before we let you go today, we have to ask you about some of your favorite Rhode Island things.
Oh,
okay.
All right,
proud.
ready?
I'm a proud roadie.
We'll start with like restaurants. Where is like your go-to restaurant that like when you come home, because you travel a lot, when you come home, like I have to go there. Maybe it's like the first restaurant you go to when you get home.
That's the easiest answer. Well, there's a lot of them.
Let me see if I'm gonna see if I.
There's a lot of them actually, but two that I repeat constantly. I'm like, we gotta go. Is Cafe Vino.
Oh, that's great. You told me about that one years
It's
ago.
literally as big as this studio. And they have all different plates, like you're literally your Nana's house.
Oh, yeah.
BYOB, so you bring what you want.
Right.
And the food, like I'm such a foodie. I'm such a cook.
Yes,
sometimes I
you are.
won't even go to a restaurant because I like my flavor.
Yes, and we've had you cook on the road show.
Right,
so I want to
right.
have you do again.
I just I know how I tweak it, and I like my and I watch cooking shows and read cooking books on planes. Like that's just my other passion.
That's your other passion.
It totally is. Cafe Vino and Amadeo's.
Amadeo's.
Yeah, and
Another
Knightsville.
one I haven't been to. And Amadeo that's funny. Like,
and he's an idol.
And because he was on Idol, which is why I know who he is because we covered Idol a lot at that time. And
absolutely. Those two spots, their Italian wedding soup, they add cheese tortellini to the Italian wedding soup, which is not conventional, but it is awesome. But like Twin Oaks. And,
yeah.
Gotta do
Susie and Dean, and I love them.
Okay,
so,
30 seconds. One thing you have to do in Rhode Island during the holiday season.
Oh.
Come see my Christmas show. The ice skating rink.
Yeah.
Now the new one in Warwick.
It's so nice.
I really am ashamed
really nice.
to say listening to you.
It just started. It just
really?
this weekend just opened.
I did, and I'm ashamed to say I've never been to the unless it's new the Garden City.
Oh yeah, you gotta get
I've never been there during the Christmas,
you gotta
like with all of it. It's all built up and festive. Yeah.
All of that. I wish we had so much more
I know, you guys are the best.
Billy,
always.
Thank you
Such
for
amazing.
joining us. We absolutely love you.
Love you more.
And we're
seriously,
just gonna have
thank
you
you.
back and do a part
Anytime.
Thank you so
Anytime.
much
You
for
guys are
joining
the best.
us today on Spotlight New England. We'll see you next time.